Hey everybody, this is The Passage and it's a Wednesday afternoon and we have just been at an event where leaders of Christian organisations or churches across the UK who are working in some way around homelessness have come together to say, what can we do to actually change the narrative across the UK, which isn't one of the othering the other person or pushing back on asylum seekers, but actually saying churches and Christian organisations have something to speak into the world of homelessness and the world of poverty. And so there were things we were talking about, giving a voice to what the local church or what local Christians are already doing, finding a platform for those who have leadership across the UK and from a Christian perspective to speak of some of those projects, inspiring confidence in those who are doing stuff on the front line. And maybe this leads to some sort of summit where we can invite people to say, look at what's going on the ground for Christian organisations who are working in this area. So it's all a bit, how do we get this all together? But you do meet some amazing people here. So there's a lady from a project in Wigan called The Brick, who run a night shelter, but much more than that, helping people out of homelessness, helping people out of poverty, and Christian-based organisation. They've managed to have such a strong place within the community that the football stadium has been named after them. Amazing. There's a lady from Newham, who just down the road here in London, who they've been given the trial to give cash first amounts of money to those who are homeless to see if that helps them make a real step forward in their journey. And then Jacob, the guy from central government who came to visit our project, he talked about, there's a questionnaire apparently that government did around what was the first point of contact for someone who was homeless. And the top one was homeless charities, the second one was council, and the third one was food banks. Isn't that interesting? So we are right in the heart of this, and it's a great privilege to be involved in this sort of discussion.
Hello everybody, welcome to Christchurch on Friday. It's wet, so I've retreated inside the car, but just been talking with Tracy about the fabulous volunteer vlog that she's done this week from the community meal. You know, massive numbers going to the community meal each Wednesday, and what we want to do is every other month send round a little video piece to all of our volunteers. I don't know, Tom, it's about 320, is it now? People who we want to show them a little bit of all the different projects that are going on right across the FaithWorks world. And so the community meal is the first one of them, but maybe we'll go to one of the other projects in a couple of months' time to hear what they're doing. But it's a great way of showcasing that we're not just about that immediate point of struggle, but actually we're walking alongside people, preventing them going back into difficulty and connecting them into a wider community. And great example off the back of the community meal. So some of the homeless guys who are now housed come along to the meal. They've got into church, they've got to know Jesus, and actually they've started a little home group under the church. And that it's a bit different to a normal home group, but it has that lovely feel to it. Last week, four of them sat there and as part of the home group, they flushed some of their drugs that they no longer use down the toilet. So all a bit weird, but or not normal, but really, really lovely to hear how they are going well and continuing to go well. It's lovely to hear about a donor. We're going to have some real focus on donations this year. Lovely to hear about a donor who has given vast amounts of money and rings up each time. How's it going, Tracy? How can I help? And we want to see more of those donors. So we're writing to some of our regular donors who maybe haven't increased their donation over the last few years. We're just writing to them to see if they would edge it up this year. But more on that anon. And what's lovely today, Friday, Jada has started, our new marketing assistant. She's going to be great. I hope you're going to meet her soon. She's going to be focused in Poole around the food bank there and around Smile to really help them to make the most of all they're doing. But welcome, Jada. It's good to have you in the game. And also things to celebrate. So talking of Poole, the Smile team have done a little survey, and they've just sent it to me here. I've just got it open in front of me, of how some of the parents really value the opportunity to go along to the Junction, the YMCA's leisure centre, and what they get out of that. And it's really interesting that little graph here. I like a graph. 85% of them in the survey are saying it's had a significant impact on their mental health. 80% saying a significant impact on their physical well-being. And that's the sort of priceless stuff that is going on. And the Smile team very quietly getting on and doing that. So thank you to all of you over there. Interesting, we're talking about mental health. One of the other things I was reminded talking to Tracy is there's this Shout helpline, 24/7 helpline. I'm going to put it in the email for this week because it's a really helpful, fast thing for people. If people are struggling with their mental health, if you can give them that phone number, then these guys are really good. Just a very gentle, at any time of day or night, helping out on that. So, hope you're having going to have a good week. I know many of you are on half time. Hope they're a really good week. If you fancy listening to it, then Ruth and I are doing the Thought for the Day on Hope FM this week. So listen out and tell us what you think and have a good week. Take care, everybody. Thanks for all you do.